GameGoddessFee here. All right, we are back with more Ace Attorney. Me and Plum and Nader.
Hello.
All right, so I guess we'll start the trial, you guys. So hope you all are having a wonderful day. It's Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. And yeah, I hope you all enjoy. Thank you for watching. Oh, my thing here.
You said happy hump day.
It's Hump Day. It's Wednesday. So Wednesday is the Hump Day. So you slide down the hump Thursday and Friday.
Oh.
See, these kids these days, y'all, they don't know what's happening. Don't know what's happening, y'all. All right, so we have episode 4, Farewell, My Turnabout, part 4-1, the trial. Okay, y'all ready? Let's go. Hold on. Are we
How did I get into this situation?
You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix, right? This is the wrong thing.
No, it's not. They brought it back.
What
have I done wrong?
I cannot allow you to go on like this. What's up, Game Queen 81?
But I'm just a simple defense attorney.
Silence. You are no longer worthy of your title. I thought this was the other trial before. I was about to say, did I click on something wrong? I was sure about to turn it off.
I've had this dream before, someplace some time ago, as if this day was written into my destiny. Today I'll stand in court as a lawyer to prove a killer innocent.
Uh-oh. March 23rd, 9:43 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Your cell phone already ringing.
Hope you don't get hit in the head.
Okay. A shot.
Hello, this is Phoenix Wright. You don't look so... Oh, wait, this aren't good. You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right?
Nah, don't cover your face back up.
Right, I gotta do his Michelangelo voice. You gonna prove me guilty? I can't do it no more. You fucking...
He popped the glass back out.
If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too.
Now listen up. You gotta get unguarded a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slide back a not guilty, I'll never forgive you ever.
Maya.
Phoenix?
Mia! Maya, how's Maya?
I don't know.
You don't know?
This psycho needs to be in jail. I know
I
that's
gotta
right.
get him off.
I know that's right, Gang Queen. We got to defend the murderer. She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday.
Mia, what am I supposed to do?
Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest mouth.
But...
You can't give up. There's still some hope left.
Stop it, please! There's nothing left. Not here, not anywhere. Ugh, it's that accursed on-guard again. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it.
Uh-oh, Phoenix think I'm mad, child.
You're really mean, pal. Gumshoe! I'm really sorry. Who are you? They let me join the investigation team and we're chasing after the killer, pal. Then you have some sort of lead? Sorry, well right now we've got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not gonna give up. Gumshoe. Until the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down.
We're gonna do everything we can and find the killer. If we can get Maya out, then you can get Encore the guilty verdict he deserves, pal.
That's true. I could do that if they found Maya first.
You got that? Do you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer?
I have to make the trial last longer.
If you go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you've got, then you two can draw it out.
Oh, now I get it.
I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're gonna give it all we've got, just like you.
Uh-oh.
Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe.
Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship.
Larry, again.
It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in abundance.
Yeah!
Stop.
Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through. I know it.
March 23rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. All right, Phoenix and Edgeworth. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt Ungoy. How it sound, Game Queen 81? My mic sound a little bit off. Do I sound okay?
The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what exactly was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder. That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Thank you, Game Queen 81. Just sounding a little off in my ears. I don't know. Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings.
Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Ongard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape.
Then you're saying that she is guilty after all?
I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card.
What is that? It looks like a shell.
This is the calling card of a certain assassin.
Assassin, you say?
Yes, Juan Cordo was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin, his client so to speak, is Matt Ongard.
What a surprising turn of events.
I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time. So I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true.
But we still have to hold out as long as we can. At least until Maya's safe and sound.
I wonder how the trial will turn out today.
Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please.
Okay. I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star.
And what is your relation to the defendant?
Well, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way, yeah.
Mr. Powers, please, you don't need to put yourself down so much.
Oh, sorry. Well, but I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy.
On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
But you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went.
All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. Ongard's room.
Okay, sure.
Witness testimony. Visit to Matt's room.
After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume.
There go the killer right there.
He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me.
Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Power's testimony.
And talking with the bellboy is no big deal.
If one assumes that the person Mr. Ungod was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy.
What are you implying?
Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we?
Looks like we're in another sticky situation.
Huh?
A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're just going to have to charge in head first, right?
It's over.
Cross-examination. Visit to Matt's room. Why you say it's over? After the award ceremony, I went back by myself to Matt's room.
The defendant's room? Why did you go there?
Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother sort of, and I wanted to say congrats.
What's wrong? Why did you stop?
Mr. Wright!
What is it?
You're gonna try to trick me into a corner, aren't you?
Huh?
I know I'm just a poor underpaid action store, but I'm not the killer.
No one said you were, Mr. Powers.
No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy.
Every time? Witness. I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony.
Sorry.
Big old baby. That's all he is.
It is true. It is true. Like.
So you went to the defendant's room and then?
Hey, wait a minute. When and how did I suddenly turn to the bad guy here?
Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume.
Are you sure that was Matt on guard?
Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the nickel samurai mask then.
If that's the case, then he really can't be mistaken.
And? What was the defendant doing standing in front of his own room?
He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy.
At first? What do you mean by that?
Well, he was in a bellboyish uniform and he had a bottle of juice on a tray.
Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me.
Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy.
And why was that?
Why did I think that, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know?
Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry.
I guess I'm gonna have to wait patiently on this one.
I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back.
You saw the two of them? The bellboy and the defendant together, correct?
Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats.
Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange?
You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip.
A tip? But that's a perfectly normal thing to do.
So how long did you watch the two of them?
Not more than a minute or two, I think.
I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me.
So who are these guests you're talking about?
You guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it would be really rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway.
This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further.
Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night?
I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state. I ended up focusing on her.
I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. After the award ceremony, I went back. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Ah, that's finished.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What evidence we got?
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing. What can we press him on? He's not feeling. Hold on.
He's not feeling.
Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the Bill boy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. He was talking with someone at first. I thought it was the Bill boy. Should I press him on in or present something?
I don't know.
Oop. I'm watching over here pressing the wrong
There's only
button.
two of
Okay.
Oh, come on, y'all. Okay, I'm trying to figure out,
I don't know.
I watched the two of them. Let me check my evidence. Now, this have nothing to do with what he saw. Nothing.
Nope.
This is the only thing I see in that photo.
Yeah, nah, I think
But-
that's it. Maybe try to press him some more.
Hotel guide map partial. Press him on what? We already pressed him on everything.
Wait, go back. Go back. Go back. No, wait, 1 second. Over.
We're pressing on that. We don't remember him going to Matt's room.
Over. I guess press him on this.
I think we just. Well, hold on. At first, go ahead.
At first? What do you mean by that?
I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. I think I read this.
Yeah, I know. And why was that?
And why was that?
Why did I think that, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know? Hey, wait a second. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated...
We got something new. You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip.
Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself?
Ah, yeah, that's it. You really know your job.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor?
This bellboy. He wasn't an ordinary one, was he?
Perhaps we should let the witness tell us.
Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony.
You mean about the bellboy, right?
Matt gave the bellboy a tip.
So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that?
Well, you see, that's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me.
How much it was?
But that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked.
I'm afraid I don't follow at all.
Sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of the shocking moments I should ask about. Hey man, how much paper he had?
Right. He must have paid him off. Paid him off for doing his dirty deed.
You mean your client is innocent?
Whatever. I'll come back and press him on the other one.
The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips when you agree.
Sure. But giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think.
A little too much?
Would you please clarify for the court about how much would you say the defendant gave to the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess.
And why is that?
Because he gave the bellboy a really fat roll of cash.
A roll of cash? That's more than Gumshoe makes in a day.
In a year.
Yeah.
Oh, well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it?
A very fat roll of cash.
Hey!
That can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. A very fat roll of cash.
The judges began to look awfully suspicious of us.
Why would I raise an objection?
Raise an objection.
The defendant is a superstar. That kind of tip is typical fare for people like him.
Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people's things on trays, then why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting?
He's got a point. I don't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash for all my hard work.
So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what was it?
Payment, Your Honor.
Payment.
Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Mr. Juan Corda.
Then the bellboy, the witness saw.
Yes, he was the assassin.
Hold your horses now. Mr. Edgeworth, you don't have any proof of this, do you?
Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the cord Shelley the killer left at the scene of the crime.
Shelley, the killer?
He is the person the police's special investigations team has been chasing for ages. I am certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley the killer. Really?
What's wrong, Mr. Powers?
No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head and I think I just figured something out.
Oh?
Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night.
What?
Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw.
Yes, sir. Right away.
Witness testimony the second time.
This time, I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when the bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Corda's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kind of out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin. I'm sure of it. I mean...
Thank you very much. That is all we need for now.
Huh? But I'm not done. There's still more.
Let us first establish that the bellboy is truly Mr. D. Killer. Then we shall see.
So the bellboy came out of the victim's room? And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious.
That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh.
This is no laughing matter. Cross-examination the second time. This time I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom.
And what time was it?
Well, I don't remember. The award ceremony ended around 8 p.m., right? And I went to Matt's room pretty soon after that, and then I came back. And then I went to the bathroom. So I guess maybe it was around 8:10 p.m. by that time.
You're not one for details, are you, Mr. Powers?
Sorry. I thought I could maybe catch Matt and say my congrats.
And that's when the bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room.
Are you sure it's the same bellboy?
Yeah.
And how could you tell? All the bellboys wear the same uniform after all.
But you see, well, he had those stitches in his face. So I'm sure it's the same guy that was talking with Matt.
So which room did the bellboy come out of?
Of course, when I say room, I mean one corridor's room.
The victim's room, huh?
Yeah, the one with all the really pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was Juan's room, alright?
Words cannot describe how messed up I am. Let's continue with the testimony, shall we?
Now that I think about it, the bellboy did seem kind of out of place.
So what exactly was so out of place about him? Right. Why didn't Sibbet grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's gonna say next?
Well, the bellboy was empty-handed.
Empty-handed?
That bellboy is one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart, and he wasn't holding a tray either. You would call that a little strange too, wouldn't you?
I agree that it I was never repeating words.
I agree that it is a bit strange, Mr. Powers.
Be quiet. I agree that is a bit strange, Mr. Powers. That's cause my mic is sounding crazy.
Really?
Turn it down a little. I don't know. Go ahead.
Alright. But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers' testimony slide, or try to pull a fast one? Whoa.
Try to pull a fast one.
Yeah. There is nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy.
But there really is.
There really isn't. If you two are done being school children, bellboys are for room service. There's no reason for them to be empty-handed, ever. Your Honor, I ask that the witness's previous statement be supplanted with this new one. Edgeworth? You gonna do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious?
I see very well. This court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please.
Yes, sir. I thought it was kind of strange for a bellboy to come out of a guest's room empty-handed.
So you're saying that it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed?
Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw that bellboy, he was holding a tray in his hand. And there was a bottle of juice and a wine glass on it.
Juice? What kind of juice was it?
I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice.
If we could come up with some sort of reason as to why he would come out empty-handed, some sort of proof, then I think we can dodge the bullet on this one for now.
I think I know.
He put it in there.
Proof, huh? Sounds like another job for the court record.
Yeah, we got it in the court record. So he had to be the assassin. I'm sure of it.
Please don't be so quick to judge.
But it's kind of a Powers family thing. Think of every person as a thief.
Well, I guess a thief and an assassin are both sneaky and silent.
That's not the point, Phoenix. In any case, if that bellboy was the assassin, it would be very bad for us.
But he really is the assassin, you know?
Yes, but you can't give in yet. You can't give in yet. If you want to prolong this trial for as long as possible, you're going to have to pull some cheap tricks on this one.
I think I know.
Yeah, and this one, the bellboy I saw earlier came out the room. Should I pull out there
That wine? Oh, that whatever.
tomato juice?
Tomato juice. Mr. Powers.
Yes.
You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true.
But isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches and...
So, a baseball has stitches? Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches?
Well, there's also, I mean, what about being empty-handed?
I'd like to ask the court to please take a look here.
This is the crime scene.
There's a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Carter's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. And now, if you will look at what is on top of the table in the lower right corner here, anyone can clearly see that is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Carter's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left. Oh!
But that would mean that the bellboy had seen and left a dead body in that room?
But can you prove that Mr. Carter was already dead at that time?
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes.
I blame you for leading me down this route.
I'm terribly sorry.
What is with him? Why is he laughing?
Witness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us? Is there?
The bellboy is empty-handed, or should I say, empty-handed.
I don't know why I turned into Phoenix in it.
What in the world? Read that again.
The bellboy was empty-handed, or should I say, empty-handed. I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands. Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
Huh? What?
That bellboy, he was wearing gloves.
Gloves?
Yeah, pitch black leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right?
Black leather gloves? Why did you mention them earlier?
Sorry, it slipped my mind.
Ugh! Boy, this just make the bellboy look really suspicious. Alright, gotta focus. I can't get lax here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves.
What's that noise?
Let's tell you that says cookie.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Mr. Wright. That bellboy is wearing black leather ones.
Oh, my ear things.
Technical difficulty shooting.
So, a football is made of leather? Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they are made of leather?
But that man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant. And then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he was just another bellboy.
Ugh. It seems that we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. The rest?
Oh yes, please tell us more.
Okay. It's over.
Witness testimony, their second meeting.
After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. Then the old guy just left without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat. Like I didn't see none of that just happen.
So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, next went to the defendant's room?
Yeah, I kinda saw all that by accident.
Some accident? I'd say you saw too much.
Wait, where he was? I thought a lot of them was standing outside. A lot of them see him.
Oh, I didn't see him.
Now if it was suspicious to high heaven.
I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Cross-examination, their second meeting. After leaving one's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door, just like that.
Is that what you saw while you were busy spying?
Excuse me? I may be a poor, underpaid action store, but even I wouldn't stoop to spying.
Well, I think the point is, where did you watch all this from, Mr. Powers?
Oh, from the door of the bathroom with my left eye in a sort of sneaky spy-like.
I knew he was spying.
Please, does it really matter if he was doing it over or underhandedly? What? What did the bellboy do next? That's all I care to know.
He gave something to the person inside the room.
I said, hold it!
Okay.
That's better. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details.
Okay.
I should probably ask him only one question at a time.
Ask about the person inside, ask about this something.
Don't ask anything. He cool.
Really?
Yeah, just leave him alone.
I want to know what was something. What was that something?
What's that something?
He gave something to this person?
Yeah.
And what was this something?
If I remembered what it was, I wouldn't be calling it a something, would I?
But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers?
I think it was something kinda small.
This is an incredibly crucial piece of information. Please try to remember what it was.
I'll try.
In the meantime, let's talk of another point, namely what the bellboy did next.
Oh, so after he gave the person inside the room the thing.
Then the old guy just left without even going into the room.
Where did this bellboy go after he left Mr. Ongar's room?
He opened the door to Viola Hall. Went in there, and who knows after that, right?
I do.
Because you do.
After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat.
Did you see anything strange, suspicious, or just out of the ordinary at that time?
Oh yeah, I saw that one thing.
What? You saw something else?
Your mic is sound low. I kind of turned it down. Let me see.
You talking to me? I got my mic up. Kinda high.
I guess. I turned it back up. Is that better?
I can yell into the mic. There was jittery alien. There was this jittery alien with a ray gun.
Oh Lord, this old bag. It sound okay now?
It was watching Juan's door. It was watching Juan's door like some sort of stalker.
I think we can forget about the alien. Well, Mr. Powers' testimony just now was as vague as his first.
Alright, thanks, Game Queen 81. It's a little troublesome, isn't it? But I'm sure if you press him enough, everything will become clearer. Although that just makes it harder on us, doesn't it?
Ugh, talk about a lose-lose situation.
After leaving one's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door, just like that. Let me see. Ooh, oh my God. What was that one statement where they gave me choices?
The one statement?
Knocked on the door just like that. He gave something. Let me see.
I said, hold it!
Okay.
That's better. Ahem. What kind of statement is that?
We already read this, I'm not reading it again.
Ask about the person inside.
So who took this something the bellboy handed off?
Actually, I don't know.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm.
Only an arm?
Then you're saying you didn't see the person's face?
Yeah.
I would like to summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There, he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm.
Yes, it was just like that.
Mr. Edgeworth, is all this really that important?
Of course, Your Honor. I think this is of the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client.
Mr. Powers, please try to remember what it was the bellboy handed off.
Well, let's see. I think it was, though.
If you remember, please add it to your testimony.
Yes, sir. If I saw it again, I could say for sure, but I think it was some sort of wooden statue.
A statue?
Yeah, it kind of looked like one, I guess. If I saw the actual thing again, I'd probably remember, you know.
Looks like for this trial to proceed, I'm going to have to come up with whatever the statue thing is and show it to him.
You're going to have to trust your instinct on this one and take a chance, Phoenix. Well, Mr. Power, let's continue with your testimony. What did the bellboy do after that?
think I know what the statue is.
Then the guy just left without even going into the room.
It's the attorney's badge.
Really? What statue was it?
What looks wooden here? Looks wooden. What looks wood? You think he hauled that big bear?
I wouldn't think it was the bear.
No, Asteroid took that to his room. He has it in the corner of his bed. He looks at it. Good night, Barry. Good night, Barry. Maybe it's another bear.
Ah, wooden. I didn't know this was wooden. Should I present this one?
Yup. My client is guilty. He did it. This bear proves it. What was the point of that pregnant pause? Oh, wait.
Where did that objection come from? Well, speak up.
It was me, Your Honor.
What is it, Phoenix?
I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this.
Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix, deep breath. Mr. Powers, the something you saw. Was it this item?
Oh, hey, that's it. That's the something. Wow, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out.
I recall we found this at Matt Ongart's mansion.
And the defendant's house? I said, and. At the defendant's house? What does this mean?
It's simple, Your Honor. Surely the killer assassinated Juan Carter in his room. And then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime.
And the bear being found at Mr. Unguard's mansion would mean?
It goes without saying, Your Honor. Mr. Matt Ongard is the killer's client. I'm like definitely yo like.
Order. I said order. Mr. Wright, this is a most unfortunate turn of events for you.
Yeah. Sorry, Mia.
No, it's all right. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it will have later on. Even if you hadn't shown it to the court, I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have.
I almost forgot they knew about it too.
I think it's clear that there is no need for us to continue this trial.
I can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something I've overlooked. Whatever. Your Honor, a minute, please.
Yes, Mr. Wright?
There are still a few points left that we have not fully explored. What are you trying to pull?
Oh, well, we can't have that. All right, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to explore further?
Hello.
Powers' testimony, the person who received the bear, or the bear itself?
This bear be... Again, I'm not gonna say that.
What questionable point would you like to explore further? What about the bear? No. Is it the bear?
That boy looks sus. Look, no.
Powers' testimony, or the person who received the bear? You said the babe, Didas? Didas, what you doing, Didas? What you doing, Didas? Didas said the bear. Is it the bear?
We don't know about the person who received the bear.
Yeah, the person. Let me see.
We can do either way. There was one thing in Mr. Powers' testimony that was very unclear. And that is the identity of the person who received the bear.
He gave something to the person inside the room.
We good, Didas. Thank you, Didas.
I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm.
As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear, we can't be sure of.
Ah!
Huh?
Hmm? What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, then at least give us a good reason why.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Actually, so I remembered. I remembered who took the bear.
What?
Really?
I mean, I only saw his arm. But the arm, it was the Nickel Samurai's arm, I promise.
You've got to be kidding! Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers?
Yeah, I'm sure it's the Nickel Samurai.
Order, order. It looks like you've dug your own grave yet again.
How many times is that today? I've lost count.
So the person who took in this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And, as we all know, Matt OnGuard is the Nickel Samurai.
Could have been Adrian and now. She wasn't his. Well, she wasn't in his room dressed as a Nickel Samurai, was she?
I don't think so.
Thanks to the defense, we've made that all the clearer.
What am I supposed to do now? Mia, help!
Mia.
You don't have time to act lost. You've got to find another angle to attack this from, Harry. Now, I will bring this cross-examination.
Your Honor!
Again, Mr. Wright? We've already removed any and all questionable areas of this testimony.
It's about time you were removed from this court, Mr. Wright.
I have to find something. Even one little point will do. There are still questions left unanswered.
What are you trying to pull?
Oh, well, we can't have that.
Doing this
All right.
again?
Mr. Wright, what questionable points would you like to explore further?
Let's do what Daddy's wanted.
You want the bear Didas?
The bear!
$25.
The bear itself?
I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable.
The bear, Mr. Wright?
This was found in Mr. OnGuard's mansion. However, Mr. OnGuard was arrested at the hotel that night. Which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home.
Oh,
I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It is not possible that was Mr. OnGuard who took this murderous mansion.
all right, Didas. Didas knew. Why, that's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken this bear home.
Ew, disaster averted.
You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Oh?
I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at OnGuard's mansion. We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape.
I can't believe it. That butler, all this time, he was the killer.
The killer and OnGuard were working together, so to speak.
And the killer was hiding at OnGuard's mansion
As his butler.
What a bold move.
The bear figurine was brought back to OnGuard mansion by the killer himself. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, OnGuard had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad had the police found it during their investigation.
What's up with the bear?
It's a bear.
Hmm.
Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a while now.
This is too much. Isn't there anything I can attack at all?
It's over.
I think we've heard enough. We now know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion, as well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Matt Ungord. I see no reason for this trial to continue. Therefore, I will now hand down my verdict.
Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you could not win against the truth, could you?
I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth.
That's it, I read that so
Any
wrong.
last objections, Mr. Wright? That judge always wrong.
Well, do I? What should I do?
Raise an objection. Why would he?
Well,
Why would you
Maya,
hate him?
Maya, I forfeit your life. It's over.
Rest in peace, Maya.
You couldn't do it, Mia. Pack up. Go back home, Mia.
There's only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I have left is this one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now, we have these two reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Reason number one, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number two, that very same figurine was found at Ungord Mansion. However, it's possible this is all the work of a certain other person.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, it's possible a different person is the killer's real client.
The real client?
Yes.
Tusk. Is this all you have?
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear it, your theory. Who do you say is the killer's real client and therefore the real murderer? Don't say he finna say Adrian Andrews, is he?
Maya!
He gonna say old bad.
Oldback did it!
You did that in the first try.
Nah, that was Pearl. That was Pearl.
Yeah, it was Pearl. It was Pearl. I think she did it. It's a dirty trick.
You gonna say Adrian did it. What you think?
It's a dirty trick. Don't bring it next to Edgeworth.
Why are you looking at me like that, whippersnapper?
Ooh, he ain't gonna say old bag, is he?
No, he is not gonna say
I'm about to
back.
Because he did testify that he saw an alien outside the
He's
door.
an alien.
Is it Andrews?
It's Samus.
Adrian Andrews?
Yes, we already know that she tried to frame Matt Ungord for the crime by wearing a spare nickel samurai costume.
Oh! And then the nickel samurai's arm that I saw.
That could have very well been Miss Andrews.
But what about Mr. Ungord?
If you would please recall yesterday's testimony, the defendant was taking a nap during the break period.
That's right. Then, finding this figurine at Mr. Ungord's mansion,
It was well-laid traps set by Miss Andrews.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this?
I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic. Besides which, there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either.
What's with this trial? Come on, anyone can tell Ungord did it. I can't believe the defense will go as far as to pin the guilt on someone else. Yeah, unbelievable. It's not something petty. It's murder of all things.
This is to save Maya. This is to save Maya. Even if the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up on.
Order, order, order. All disruptive parties will be forced to leave the courtroom.
Your Honor. For the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with this what-if game.
His what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth?
The prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it strange and wondered. Why would the criminal want this little wooden bear?
He's right. The killer did specifically bring that bear to On Guard right away.
Especially, whatever.
Why do you ask? Is there something special about it?
Absolutely. And I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Miss Andrews.
And who would that be?
It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself. I'm gonna have fun with her.
I see. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness in that time.
Yes, Your Honor.
March 23rd, 11:54 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3.
Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation you'd try to pin the guilt onto Adrian. Oh, this demon will pay.
You see that goes to recess-itis. The other paradise. What happened to Mia?
What happened to Mia?
Pearls? Where's Mia?
A really strong power suddenly called her away.
A really strong power?
The child did it. Uh-oh. Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is...
It's from Gumshoe.
How's it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal?
Yeah, sort of. I just barely found something to latch onto.
You? That's good, pal.
And what about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where the killer and Maya are?
We still don't have any leads, but...
What? We don't have any more time!
If we just had one, even a single clue would be really helpful.
I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I've got to keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. But have I just run out of luck this time? Is all of our hope for naught?
What is this? Oh, yeah.
A tent? Who is that?
I think it's me.
Huh? A tent?
I could see a circus tent.
Mia?
It looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me.
So it was Maya that caught you away?
She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I could see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away.
Gumshoe! Is there a circus in town right now?
There's only one, pal. The Berry Big Circus.
Maya's somewhere within a 300-foot radius of the main tent.
What? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map. About 300-foot radius from the main tent. Hurry!
And I could see a mailbox under the window just outside.
Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox.
Okay, what else?
What else, Mia?
I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. It felt like I was in an old office building, maybe the third floor or so.
I heard her. An office building. Good stuff, pal.
She got good vision.
You got good vision. Okay, just hang in there just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck.
Good luck.
I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, pal?
Look how they been to sleep, him and Pearls. Look, I said, have he been feeding Pearls?
Hey, Pearls, you want some
They
noodles?
was up all night long. That other night.
You don't know what pizza is.
Mia, my ass not hurt, right?
She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's been starved.
Gumshoe, please hurry.
Looks like we're out of time. Are you all right, Phoenix?
It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make this trial last a little longer.
It's over.
Uh-oh. Well, that's what we're gonna say it is over.
It's not over. The
Oh.
episode's still going.
Oh, it's not over.
Yes, the episode stop.
I'm about to go out.
You better go out the stream. You better click off the stream, y'all.
Well, I'll talk to y'all next
to it.
March 23rd, 12:05 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. I thought it was over.
Nope.
It did the second chapter.
You got a little bit more left. Trust me.
Okay, court will now reconvene.
The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with his name of his real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand.
Who is Pearl's guardian? I don't know, gang. Who is his? I guess it's somebody at the mansion.
I don't know.
You know,
It ain't Phoenix.
Was it? Did they have other family members there at the mansion?
I think they said that. It's Maya.
I hope it ain't Phoenix.
He don't get paid. He can't come save for a little girl. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice.
Phoenix gonna be on welfare. Should've
However,
culminated.
you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder.
I understand.
Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews?
Of course I have. You have seen it before?
That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to this bear's secrets?
All right.
Why? Why does she...
Witness testimony, the bear figurine. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. So this figurine is a container of sorts, is it? Yes, looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree? Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Anyway, oh yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. It looks like there really was something to that bear after all. Cross-examination, the bear figurine. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle.
A puzzle?
That's right. But it looks like an ordinary figurine.
True enough. People who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle is this exactly?
If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. Oops. One piece at a time. I'm just pressing the wrong button.
So you can take it apart? And how would one go about doing that?
Well, you first turn its tail to the right and then push it in. Oh yes, I see. After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed. Ooh, this is most interesting.
A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again.
What is he doing with the bear? Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on.
I think he's lost it.
So what did you find after you take the puzzle apart?
Gotta just break it with a hammer. I know that's right, guys.
Yep.
At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. Ooh, why I keep on?
Good at the video game.
Ooh,
That's the
goodness.
wrong statement.
So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle?
Only the two of us, one and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland. So I doubt there are that many people with this same bear in this country. But this looks like it can be easily broken. Especially if someone wanted to get a what's inside. Well, it's a toy. But it can never be the same again once it's been broken. Let me go back. At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item.
And how do you know about this?
I know because I was the one who bought it.
Huh?
It was a souvenir from a friend and I went to when a friend and I went to Switzerland. Then this was a present from you? That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for one.
So it was a present from Miss Andrews.
Witness, let's continue with your testimony.
We already read that.
Hmm.
You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it.
Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or jewelry box?
I never told anyone. And as long as one never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew.
The two of you, huh? Then of course that means Mr. Ongard didn't know, right?
Hmm?
I think this is about all I'm going to get for now.
Figurine updated in the court record, a wooden puzzle with a hollow inside. Only Corida and Andrews know how to open it.
Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize that there is one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is this. This bear is actually a jewelry box.
Hmm.
Now that we have agreed to this point, there is only one logical question that can come next, and that is this. What is inside this box?
What's inside?
That's right. That's what we are going to find out next. Witness.
Yes.
You are the only one who can open this. Please. Oops, sorry.
You opening it up?
I'm opening it up.
There's a painful silence hovering over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. Flick!
I've opened it. Is this what you wanted?
Oh no.
Uh-oh. What is that? It looks like a note.
I don't think we need to guess at what that is, do we, Mr. Wright? It's the suicide note.
The suicide note?
The suicide note left by Juan Corda's former manager, Celeste Impax. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Corda himself. It seems Celeste Impax had very beautiful handwriting. And she just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide.
Water. Witness, did you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Ron. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public, but I couldn't find it anywhere.
Because it had already been taken by the killer.
Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question?
What is written on the note?
That's right. At least that's what I would think.
Now then, I believe it's only appropriate that the contents of this note be made known.
I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it, and I was going to burn it, for her sake.
I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud.
Very well. Uh-oh. The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the... Ah, that's you.
I'm a girl now. The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In a note, Celeste Impax left to us a record of all that had happened to her. About being used and then thrown away by On Guard. About being engaged to Corda and On Guard's role in destroying that.
I just started reading, Titus.
And about how she decided, in her despair, to end it all.
And that's all Miss Impax had to say.
There's one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. On Guard.
Then what?
Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness?
Yes. On the night of the murder, one was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word.
Mas On Guard values above all else his refreshing like a spring breeze image. Which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost.
Celeste's suicide note added to the court record found inside the finger ring. It tells of On Guard's horrible misdeeds. It's On Guard's fault that woman killed herself. And this time he even went as far as to kill someone to stop him. How terrible, what a selfish person. Go ahead.
Oh wait. There's no room for doubt here. Mr. The Killer's client's goal was to obtain this suicide note. And the only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house.
What the judge? Yeah, shut them people up. It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone.
How am I supposed to escape from this one?
Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do.
I know. I have to carry on and buy some more time. Okay. There are two deadly pieces of evidence. The figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of the situation through one of those.
The gavel is already in the judge's hand. Phoenix, hurry.
The suicide note or the figurine? Which one of these should I pursue?
They about to give it to me.
Come on, you can figure this out.
Why do you always throw it to me, huh? I'm just sitting back chilling. Let me see.
I mean, we already know what the figurine is. It's Freddy.
The Celeste suicide note.
It's Freddy Fazbear.
Please wait, Your Honor.
Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it. It's like he doesn't care. Like that he's trying to get a killer off the hook.
I think Your Honor believes that Matt Ongor killed in order to obtain this note.
Yes, that is correct.
But that seems a little strange. In fact, I think there's a huge contradiction here. This note was hidden by Mr. Carter until the night of the murder. If that's the case, I say that Matt Ongor could not have known that the note, what was written on the note.
Okay, whatever.
Oh, I didn't think of that. I didn't think of it that way.
Exactly, but I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. No one in their right mind would kill for a note without first knowing what it said.
Order, order, order. You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edward, what is your opinion?
It was just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one.
Unfortunately, I think he believes differently.
I believe a show of appreciation is in order.
Huh?
The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this.
What is that?
It is a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying.
Spying?
What? I thought that spy camera was in my possession.
Matt Ongor and the victim both thought of the other as the biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses.
And?
The victim, Juan Carter, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt Ongor.
Order, order. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
you don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities?
Well, sort of.
Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright.
I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. But this camera that I have is not that same one. Last night, I searched the victim's house on a hunch. Using this.
Gumshoe's bug sweeper.
By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera.
Matt Ongor's fingerprints were on there? Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh?
What am I supposed to say to that evidence?
It's over. I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. Ongor learned of the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along.
He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that.
Hey, now what's that lawyer thinking?
Mommy, is that bad killer guy?
Stop, don't look at him. The way he's sweating, it's just so, nasty. Phoenix,
Yes, Chief?
Have you figured out what you're going to do next?
What I'm going to do next? Is running away like a frightened child work?
I know it seems like Mr. Edward is very close to putting that lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing.
Well, what is it, Mia?
There is a piece of evidence that he really should investigate.
Something he should investigate?
I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance.
Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden?
Alright, I think this time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you?
What's in this piece of evidence that Mia's talking about? Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at, or should I let it go?
I guess the bear is it. I don't know.
I have an objection, Your Honor. That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily.
You are beginning to sound desperate.
That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing.
Hey, isn't that what I just said?
So, you're telling me that I forgot something?
You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence.
Oh my goodness gracious to life. Let me see. The footage, the transmitter.
It's the note. Guess what?
What?
It's the note.
How is it the note?
Cause we just got the note.
Hmm?
We just got the note like 2 seconds
Really?
ago. I'm not even playing.
That is Miss Impact's suicide note, right?
Who knows?
This is so stupid.
I mean, sure, this suicide note was found inside this bear. But this bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means the handwriting on the suicide note has yet to be analyzed.
Oh.
So, as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impacts or not, that has yet to be even remotely confirmed.
Mr. Wright, you can't seriously be suggesting. Mr. Wright, are you saying this suicide note is a fake?
Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. Encore. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into this bear?
How dare you?
Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There's no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever.
But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it.
What?
Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could solve the puzzle is the witness herself. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Mal on guard.
I did no such thing.
Right. If you're going to pronounce this suicide note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory.
Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution.
That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on the suicide note?
It is as the defense has stated. The handwriting has yet to be analyzed.
If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where a verdict is impossible.
That's impossible.
This isn't good, Phoenix.
The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day.
I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate. Handwriting analysis might... My God, it's good. Guilty. Look at the idiot. I think we reached the end of the line. Guilty, guilty, guilty.
Guilty, guilty, guilty!
Guilty, it's guilty.
Lock him up! Lock him up.
Right. What is that sound?
It's Gumshoe! Hello? Gumshoe? What is with him? And what's with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer? He got away. What? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone.
This is terrible.
I'm gonna keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time. But don't tell me we don't have any more.
Guilty.
Yeah, I don't think we
He
do.
answered his phone in court.
Hey, hold on. I gotta take it to his. Do you hear that? They're calling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't for us to come this far and... Oh! What is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that.
Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
I am about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after...
Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch! Mr. Edgeworth! Please, you gotta buy some more time! Court is in session. I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying?
Mr. Wright, this is a court of law.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but...
He said, good catch, Titan.
Good catch.
I am reluctant to do this. However, it appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow.
This time I really can't do anything.
Court is now adjourned for the day. Maya dead.
Maya gone.
Uh-oh.
Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth?
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time.
For what purpose?
We can perform the necessary test on this piece of evidence in that time.
But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes?
I believe we can, Your Honor.
But wouldn't it be better if we adjourn for today and then reconvene tomorrow?
30 minutes, please, Your Honor. That is all I am asking for. Please, Your Honor!
Very well. At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today.
I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us.
The court will now take its final recess of the day.
Edward caught that phone. He's like, whoo!
March 23rd, 2:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
Right. Well, what's going on with Maya's situation? The killer. Looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? No, 30 minutes? We can't find her in that time. Report. Is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time. Just spit it out.
Right. It looks like we just missed him, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away.
A few things? Can we use any of them as evidence?
Oh, I thought you would ask, pal. I've got the things he left with me right now, and I'm on my way over.
Really? That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first.
We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran.
What?
Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I've got to put the law on hold for now.
Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this.
With my hunk of junk core, I say I'll be here in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me.
Alright. Just get here in one piece.
A piece of car.
One piece.
I'm on a mission, and no one can stop me now, sir. No one.
Titus, one piece, Titus.
Just find the treasure. Find the treasure, Gumshoe. I believe in you.
I'm putting all the stops and running every red light.
Left by the murderer, huh? Left by the Pirate King, huh? Maybe there's something among them all that will be decisive enough to end this. Oh my god.
What happened? Gotta get that treasure.
Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me.
Uh-oh, that was Gumshoe crashed.
No one can stop me.
Have to Gumshoe.
What happened? It sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well.
What was he thinking?
So I said he running every red light. Of course you gonna crash. What did you think was gonna happen?
It's over. It's over. It's Maya dead. I'm sorry, Maya. We couldn't save you.
Heavy Game Queen 81.
We couldn't save Maya. I can't believe
Him
this.
and everybody else who runs a red light. What do you think gonna happen? Huh?
Oh my god. We couldn't find the One Piece.
We've gotta hurry and call for help.
You gotta start running. They're on foot now.
But we have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken, and he hasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get to those items before they do, the police will take possession of them.
No! We can't let that happen.
Well, if there's a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance.
Phoenix, you better get going on your bike.
He does ride a bike.
Why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment?
That's a way by the very big top.
Yeah. Call Max Galactica. Hey man, can you fly those items over here?
What was that little dog named Truly? What's his name?
Trilo.
Trilo, no.
Trilo, no, come on, Trilo. Trilo Clutch.
There is a way?
There's a way.
That's right, there is a way.
What? How?
I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this.
I don't know.
Let me see.
Oh yeah, I remember. Beep beep, beep beep, beep beep, beep beep.
We don't have no transmitter.
Who did?
Right.
Who was tracking Gumshoe?
Oh, what's her face? She can tell.
She knows. She gonna whip him.
Why you get in an accident?
Huh?
Yeah. Why are you bringing up Francisca at a time like... Oh, I see. I'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have. Francisca. Will she even want to help us? Edgeworth. What is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty. But what I'm doing now, I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say, defense attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death.
Uh-oh.
Right. It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears.
Where is what's her face? Pearl.
What's first? Whether you did your job well or not. That can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict? Is Prosecutor Edgeworth it? You do, bailiff. Yes, bailiff.
That's a phone call for you. They said it was extremely urgent.
You're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do.
And we call Francisco.
To be continued.
And that was an hour and 42 minutes.
Yup.
That was an
And
intense episode.
Next episode is the finale.
How long is that?
I don't know.
We'll save it.
We have a very interesting witness, I'm telling you.
Really?
Yes.
That was very interesting. A lot of twists and turns.
Oops, sorry.
Saved the day. He did.
She got in a car accident trying to find a One Piece.
Like, who you gonna do running the red light, dude? All right, I appreciate you all for watching and going through these shenanigans with us tonight. What you think, Titus? Titus said guilty, huh?
Guilty.
But yeah. But yeah, I'll let you all go on with the rest of your evening, and we'll be back with this I'm not sure
Finale.
tomorrow or the next day, but we'll be back. Yeah, all right, Game Queen 81. Titus Animation was in the chat, and everyone else who is watching, you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. If you're watching and you're liking what you see, if you don't mind hitting that like button. Also, if you are watching and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I appreciate if you will go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. All right, good night, Game Queen 81. I'll talk to you all on the next one.